There's no business like show business. There's no business I know. The Greatest Showman is directed by Michael Gracie. It stars Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, Zendaya, Michelle Williams, and Rebecca Ferguson. The Greatest Showman tells the story of a young P.T. Barnum who is struggling to feed his family after losing his job. Knowing that his family deserves more, he concocts a brilliant idea of bringing the unnatural, the weird, the misunderstood, but ultimately talented to the center stage. He takes up a young actor from the rich side of town under his wing, and they risk it all by introducing to the world Barnum's Circus. Michael Gracie is mostly known for commercials, so this is his first big movie, and he is ambitious as can be. So he brings in the big guns for this movie. Co-written by Bill Condon, who's known for Dreamgirls and Chicago and this year's Beauty and the Beast. He's got Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron on the front lines of this movie, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought that this was gonna be a disaster, but to my surprise, they mostly pull it off. You see from a young P.T. Barnum meeting the love of his life, played by later on Michelle Williams, as they become kids and they get to know each other and they defy expectations from both their parents to finally be together. And we see what inspires Barnum into risking it all and taking the shot by giving people the greatest show that they've ever seen, whether it's fake or not. This man's imagination had no limits. Now this is a period piece told with modern style pop music, so that is another ambitious risk that the director wanted to do. Lucky for him, he got the composers of La La Land to write the music, Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, and they write some great, memorable, catchy, uplifting music. Another thing that I admire from this movie was the dance choreography that was being done in every musical number. They are a sight to be seen. A lot of the times I've watched these modern musicals, and whenever there is a dance number, they just edit and chop out the dance choreography, when I just want to see the magic of all those great dancers put the work in. You really can't have a great musical without great dance choreography, and this one has some great dance choreography. Michael Gracie, for his first time, I have to say that he has a lot in common with P.T. Barnum, because this dude has a lot of imagination. The way he transitions from scene to scene and time goes by, just using these dance numbers and dance choreographies and musical numbers, it's very imaginative, very creative. I love that. It really makes it stand apart from a lot of different musicals that are coming out these days. If you look at one of the first numbers from this movie, a young P.T. Barnum falling in love with the love of his life, Charity, and you see the passage of time from children to adults to marriage to having a family. And they do it with such beautiful dance numbers and beautiful visuals that it's hard not to get swept away by this stuff. Now the star of the show, Hugh Jackman, is amazing. After such a great performance from Logan, he goes back to what he was first known for, which is song and dance. And the charm that he has in this movie and the charisma and the character, Hugh Jackman is literally the greatest showman we have today. This guy can do everything and you'll believe it. Zac Efron, it's so nice to see him do something other than dumb frat boy comedies. He's great in that stuff, but you see that he's capable of doing so much more, and this movie shows that. We all know that he was Troy back in High School Musical. How come we're not using him more for this kind of stuff? His romantic subplot with Zendaya is one of the highlights of this movie, which contains one of the greatest musical numbers that this film carries. The forbidden love because of racism subplot isn't thrown to your face, it just tries to be as subtle as it possibly can, but it's there, and I think that they handled it pretty well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Zendaya just gets a lot more work out of this one, because she is a standout. Hell! I mean, I didn't even know Michelle Williams can dance, but she dances her ass off and she looks fantastic doing it. So we got great songs, we got great visuals, we got great choreography, we got great stars. This is a musical guy's wet dream. Now there's one thing that I have to complain about this movie, is that it feels fluffy. It walks through a fine line between magical and corny, and I can't help but notice that the corniness just took over quite a few times, that you just kind of have to roll your eyes. And not to say that there isn't any conflict in the film, but everything is handled so lightly that you don't feel any weight of the stakes of it. As a matter of fact, you feel like there's not much at stake at all, even though you see a lot of conflict going around Barnum and his cohorts. But the movie starts so energetically and it keeps going from beginning to end. This movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and I didn't feel its length at all. And that is a big compliment to be said. All in all, this is a great musical, a lot of fun for the whole family, great musical numbers, great dance choreography. Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron are fantastic. I'm giving this movie 4 out of 5 stars. Well, once again, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, click like at the bottom. Go to our SoundCloud page for our more extensive reviews. This is Ray from LiveWire, and once again, thanks for watching.